There may be new hope for a Christian woman sentenced to death in Sudan. The pregnant mother was condemned after she refused to renounce her faith.
Several world governments have condemned the judge's decision, and now Sudanese leaders say the sentence is only preliminary and the mother can still appeal. Dale Hurd has that story.
Protesters gathered outside a court in Sudan's capital after the woman was sentenced to death for refusing to recant her Christian faith. 26-year-old Maryam Ibrahim was convicted of apostasy and given the choice to return to Islam or be executed. Ibrahim was born a Muslim but married a Christian man. Maryam also has her 18-month-old son with her at the prison. The court gave the woman a chance to recant her Christian faith, but Maryam reportedly replied, "I'm a Christian and I'll remain a Christian." The court also ordered that Ibrahim be given 100 lashes for committing zina, Arabic for illegitimate sex, for having sexual relations with her Christian husband, Daniel Wani. Wani is a U.S. citizen.
They were given ample time to prove their innocence, but I believe in upholding our traditions and customs as Sudanese.
Tina Ramirez of the human rights group Hardwire says several European governments have met with Ibrahim, but not the U.S. government.
There's a huge failure on behalf of the United States. The husband, Daniel, had even been trying to get a visa for his wife and child to come to the U.S. prior to this, and there were many complications and it still hasn't been processed.
If there is any good news, it is that there is still time to save Maryam's life.
There will be an appeal, and that could take years. They won't put her to death while she's pregnant or weaning the child, so it could take a couple of years before the sentence is carried out anyway.
And the Sudanese government has begun to backpedal in the face of international pressure, saying Sudan is committed to freedom of religion and that Maryam can appeal. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
I do laugh at the commitment to religious freedom when one of the courts is able to sentence someone to death because she has the audacity to change her religion, even though she was raised a Christian, her father was Muslim, and the fact that she marries a Christian man makes it punishable by death. That's the sentence. Please urge our government to do something. It is rather questionable why she's the wife of a USA citizen, and the United States is absolutely silent on this issue. Well, in other news, Christians in India are also worried about the future of religious freedom after last week's election. John Jessup has that story from Washington. John?
Gordon, the BJP, or the Indians People Party, swept to victory in a landslide political win in the world's second most populous country. A spokesman for the Indian Council of Christians tells CBN News the BJP has not been kind to Christians in the past and has tried to violate their constitutional guarantees. The number of attacks against Christians has dropped in recent years, but persecution still exists. The Catholic Secular Forum documented 4,000 attacks against Christian converts last year, noting also that some Christians have been killed, while government officials have done little to bring murderers to justice or to prevent the attacks. Police in Haiti are looking for the killer of a well-known American missionary. 77-year-old George Knoop was stabbed multiple times in his Port-au-Prince home last week. Detectives say the motive is unknown and they have no suspects. Knoop moved to Haiti from Chicago after the devastating 2010 earthquake. He volunteered for U.S.-based Missionary Flights International, was an elder at his church, and led Bible study. Well, here at home, America seems to be moving slowly but surely toward a cashless society, and businesses are working hard to come up with more and better ways for people to pay electronically. The New York Times reports that banks and retailers are trying to develop those payment systems, including ways to protect customers' personal information. And people are getting used to paying without cash. Nearly 1 in 10 Americans already don't carry paper money with them daily, and 78% carry less than $50. CNBC reports that's the finding from a survey for Bankrate.com. Bankrate's chief financial analyst says if we move to a truly cashless society, it won't be much of an adjustment for most Americans. Gordon, it seems like we're well on our way there.
I would agree. We are well on our way there. And then it's just another step towards are we going to have chips in order to pay for things? They're already talking about taking credit cards and making sure the credit card has a chip on it to prevent identity theft and prevent credit card fraud. So we'll see. This is yet another step.